Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 22nd of November for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now, if you're new to my channel, what I do is provide an overview of the major themes of the week for us all. I then dive deep and give a detailed forecast for each zodiac sign, so please stay with me for that. Monday sees the Sun return to the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth zodiac sign. It's a fire sign, but it's also mutable. That means it's very flexing. It's very much to do with higher values, can be to do with philosophy, higher education, travel, borders, anything to do with customs and exports, adventure, independence, and it has a very inquiring energy. But it's also joined on Wednesday by Mercury, the planet of communication. Technically not at its best in the sign of Sagittarius, but I think this is one of the afflictions that's least difficult. Here Mercury gives us even greater appetite for information, for knowledge. And the two are going to be broadly together from the middle of the week through to the end of the week. And then next Monday, the 29th, they come into an exact conjunction known as a cazimi, which is very exciting. And that means the agility and flexibility of Mercury in Sagittarius is really warmed up by the wonderful rays of the Sun. But also, as this week begins, Venus and Uranus continue a very enlivening relationship, pushing us to be more open-minded about what we do with our resources, which is very much to do with the sign of Taurus. But of course, Venus in the sign of Capricorn is very much more perhaps to do with relationships, you would think. But Venus is the planet of money. So in the rather stable and worldly sign of Capricorn, this could be a great time to think outside the box, be a bit fresher in our approach to how we use the resources we have. But in a love relationship, someone may completely surprise us with an unexpected proposal, an invite on a date, and it may be the least likely person we could imagine. Now on Saturday there is a quarter moon in the very precise sign of Virgo, and that squares with the Sun in Sagittarius. This creates a bit of a conflict between what we want to do for ourselves, the more freedom-loving energies of Sagittarius clashing with the more responsible energies of Virgo. So if we do want to do something more independently as the week draws to a close, important not to give away our autonomy by promising to do something for somebody else that we might actually end up regretting and feeling a little bit resentful about. Now all this week, as it's been for some time, Pluto, the planet of change, the planet of power and of the underworld in Capricorn, is in a semi-sextile to Jupiter. And this can be very, very positive for the reform of how we go about things in a collective sense, but particularly around how we work and how we earn a living. So some big changes can still be evolving there for us all. But please stay with me for your individual zodiac sign. But if you would be so good to subscribe to my channel, if you've yet to do so, please click on the subscribe button. And this will mean every time I drop a video, you'll get an alert. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the subscription link below. I've written these for over 25 years. My work's used around the world on some major platforms. And finally, with year 2022 racing up, if you'd like to get your personal horoscope for next year, your forecast based on your time, date and place of birth, you can do so now. Get the rest of this year free and 30% off and a character analysis. Please see the link beneath this video. Hello Aries, and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 22nd of November. Because the Sun bustles its way into a fellow fire sign like you, the fire triplicity of the energies of your sign is ignited by this. So you could feel a real sense of excitement at the start of this week. And of course, with Christmas racing up, Some of us may still have presents to get. If you're anything like me, that will definitely be the case. So the sun moving into this area could give us the desire to head off on a big shopping trip, perhaps order goods that need to be delivered, post things to different parts of the world. But also you might find yourself thinking about how you can shake your world up and make it much more spontaneous. And with Mercury also moving into the sign of Sagittarius midweek, change is definitely as good as a rest for you. And whether it is to do with your work, it is to do with your interest, it is to do with your everyday structures, if things have become rather dull and samey, this is a real opportunity to ignite things with a lot more passion, because you're at your best when you're being spontaneous and not thinking too much about the pros and cons. You just go in with the flow. But of course that's been very difficult to do for all of us with the impacts of COVID. But generally this week, try to change something around your situation. I also think you could find yourself being a little bit of a truth seeker. It may be about a personal relationship. You may want to hunt down a key piece of information. You may do some research. But all of this can really whet your mental juices. Or if you're someone who likes a bit more of a rugged existence, this can be a great time to step up your exercise routine and just push yourself a little bit more outside your comfort zone.